Hello, hello, I'm Tom. This time we are looking at, well, Samson. Samuel. But let's start with Hannah. Remember Hannah? She was praying over and over again for a son, a child, because she was barren. So she went to the temple and she was praying, but she was praying silently. Her lips were moving. So Eli, the priest, came to her and said, "Hey, you, we don't allow drunks in here." She said, I'm not drunk. I'm beseeching the Lord. I want a son. And she promised God that if she had a son, she would dedicate him to a life of service in the temple. And that's exactly what happened. Samuel was born. Now, Eli the priest was pretty darn corrupt, and his kids, who also served as priests, were even worse, apparently. So God was more than happy to come to Samuel when he was just a little boy, laying in bed, ready to fall asleep, and God comes and calls his name, Samuel. Samuel says, "Hey, what's that?" and goes and thinks that Eli's talking to him. Long story short, Samuel grows up, and he's a hugely respected leader of Israel. We learn from Samuel's life that we honor God when we answer his call. You can look at the 3 Bible learning activities yourself. This first one is a fun game where teams pick pages for you to unfold and reveal their contents. So you can either honor God, which of course is a winning strategy, or you can dishonor God, which you will lose the game pretty quickly if you happen to be unlucky enough to pick 3 of those. This game looks like the famous 4 corners game, and you can play it that way. But if you use a coin to flip, you can play it a little bit differently. Hold up one of the signs and say something like, "Has your team answered this call to honor Jesus?" You flip a coin, once for each team. If the coin lands heads, that team gets to move forward 1 giant step away from a wall. Tails means the team doesn't move. If you have 3 teams, for example, you will flip the coin 3 times for each of the 4 signs for a total of 12 flips. However, you can go through the signs more than 1 time. And here's what I call a scribbling page rather than a coloring page, because I use it with the littlest, youngest kids, and they just kind of take a crayon and scribble outside the lines. And as always, there are the teacher's pages to explain how to use all of this. And of course, you're invited to see my website, CLAMcentral.com. CLAM stands for Christ, Love, and Majesty. God bless you in your ministry. Thank you for serving God, honoring God by working with kids. God bless you now.